This is the Sports 90 Podcast. I'm Trevor, and this is Juan. Before we get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and take your phones out and scan the QR code on the right-hand side of your screen, and where you will be directed to our Apple affiliate. You can be able to download all of our content right with just a click and tap of your phone. We're also available on any podcast platforms that you may have.
Much better than last week.
Yes, I'm getting used to it now. Week 10 is in, well, it's about to be in the books. Monday Night Football is on later, but what a Sunday. We've seen beatings.
A lot of them.
A lot of beatings. We've seen bad football, and we've also seen a tie. The dreaded tie.
It wouldn't be this season if there wasn't a tie, man.
Of course not.
The way this season has been.
Of course not. And that question is, the tie, did it benefit somebody, or was it really? Because technically the Detroit Lions technically didn't lose or win either.
In New York City, it's very windy.
Yes, very sorry about it. Yes.
All right, so let's go over the games that don't matter for right now. That don't really, doesn't. For example, Dallas absolutely curb stomps the Falcons right out of their damn building. I do not understand for the life of me why the Falcons could not muster more than 3 points, besides Matt Ryan playing like absolute garbage. But yeah, that's just how it is.
This was Dan Quinn, the DC of the Dallas Cowboys, coaching against his former team, the Falcons, who he was the head coach of. And yeah, the defense pretty much told Matt Ryan that you're not doing anything today. Yeah, it was pretty very easy to muster up, 43-3. Really beating, a horrible beating. And they go to the Falcons. At least they have the Braves, though.
Yeah, so people who were trying to say that they coming back last week, halt. No, they're bad. Stop it.
Still bad.
Buccaneers get upset against Washington on the Washington turf. That Buccaneers offense was pretty damn inexplicably bad. Also, the defense was too. They gave everything that Taylor Heineke wanted, except Taylor Heineke missed half of what he wanted, but he hit the throws he needed to hit to continue to pile up the points. Like this beautiful corner route in the end zone for their first touchdown was amazing. Offensively, picked like anything that you can think of that will go wrong for that Buccaneers offense did. For example, which was almost a pick but wasn't, Tom Brady threw a pass. It went between his receiver's legs. It somehow went between the dude's legs, hit the guy's heel, did not touch the floor, bounced up, and was almost intercepted. That play illustrates the entire game of this thing. So now, I don't care about the game. No one cares about this game at all. But here bodes the question. This is off a bye. This is a 2-game losing streak now. Is there a reason to be worried about the Buccaneers?
No, not yet. Not yet, at least. Like I said, it just shows how there's no dominant team in the NFL, that anyone can get beat at any given moment. But if this continues as the season goes on, then yes, there should be nothing to concern. They have the Giants on Monday Night Football next week, and the Giants, though they win games, they play hard in games they're not supposed to be hard in. Mm-hmm. The games they're supposed to blow people out, they are in it to the end. So if Tampa Bay plays the way they played against Washington, against the Giants next week, it's going to be a big problem. Remember last year, the Giants almost beat the Buccaneers last season on Monday Night Football last year. So they're probably pissed off. It's literally the same team. So they're pretty pissed off and say, yeah, we can beat them. They can be beat. They're not unstoppable, and it's going to be very interesting. So yeah, it happens. It's the NFL for today.
It is. This is the first blip because they've actually lost to 2 good to great teams, and Rams is great and the Saints are good. And that was the game that Jameis tore his ACL. So they started against playing Jameis. So that was 2 good teams they lost again. This is the first one they lost to that's completely inferior in every way. So now it was their turn to get that blip loss because everybody else has. So there you go. It doesn't matter anymore. All right, Jaguars and Colts. They were up 17-0 in the first quarter. We stopped even looking in that direction. We watching the rest of the games. All of a sudden, we see the Jaguars score 2 touchdowns, and we're just like, what's happening here? They actually came back? No.
it's a valiant effort for Jacksonville, especially they got their first win not too long ago. They're trying to find something to stick here. It's just yeah, they beat Buffalo last week, so they're pretty much like, yeah, we can go to toe with them, and we're not going to give up, which is good. But they're still lost in the end of the day. Indianapolis just say, listen, we're going to take the foot off the gas a little bit. We have other big games to worry about. So I get it. It happens. But, at the end of the day, it's the NFL. You can't take any opponent lightly. So,
yeah, that's what happened.
That's what it is.
But the good thing about Jacksonville is they actually starting to show real progress.
Mhm.
They almost ran for 200 yards, which is what Urban Meyer tries to do. He likes to run the football, I think. So that they're actually getting that with the return to James Robinson, that makes that a hell of a lot more possible than what they had beforehand. Defense is getting a little better, but not much. But is baby steps for them. Like there's progress coming for this team. But it's 100% facts that Andy just took their foot off the gas. They thought they had when you have 17-0 in the quarter, they're like, okay, we're good, and no, they weren't. But it shows Alex Jacksonville didn't just bend over like half the league did yesterday. Speaking of bending over and not putting up any fight, Buffalo laid 45 on the Jets, so they got tired of playing mediocre the last few weeks and said we're playing like the Buffalo Bills supposed to play. So they are officially might have been the killers of the legend that is Mike White.
Yeah,
rest in peace.
Yeah, because the New York media was hyping him up all week, and rightfully so. The New York media needs something good to cheer for. It's not like nothing good's happening here. The Knicks or whatever. The Nets. Nobody cares about. Let's be honest. In basketball, no one cares about the regular season in basketball here in New York. No one cares. All about the postseason. No, nobody cares about that. Yeah, and if MLB free agency, I mean, the Yankees are probably trying to make some super move, which is going to fail ultimately.
Probably.
The Mets are literally a laughing stock. They literally have a post on Indeed for someone to be their analytic for their intern analytics, and I might just apply. There's nothing going on here in New York. But I think the point is, Mike White was something that was going to give Jet fans not hope. It's a field goal moment saying, "Hey,
something
man,
to pay attention
to because they can barely get people in the stadium anyway. The media just destroys them. Mike White was the guy, was that escape,
and
now,
it's over.
It's over.
4 interceptions later, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
15 minutes are done.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
Buffalo did what they supposed to do. Okay, whatever. Yeah, don't care.
They have a big game next week in Indianapolis. We'll talk about that in the next episode. But that's going to really show, hey, are they for real or not? But we'll see.
Yeah, Saints lose a tight one against Tennessee Titans, 23-21. This is actually a close game, as we said it was going to be. Unfortunately, they didn't have Alvin Kamara about a day or two before the game, which is I wish I knew. Like I picked the Saints to win. I wish I knew that was going to happen. I would have picked Tennessee, but it is what it is. They actually did move the ball for a little while, though. They had a couple of nice moments. Trevor Siemian wasn't that disgusting, but he wasn't that good either. It's Trevor Siemian. What do you expect? I'm more surprised that Taysom Hill didn't get more snaps. I would thought he would get more snaps because Sean Payton likes him. He only dropped back twice. Like I don't know, especially without maybe because they didn't have Kamara. They couldn't do the full running scheme.
Yeah, I don't know. That makes sense. Probably is like, well, I think his skill set is only valuable when you have a certain amount of personnel there that can like maximize his strengths. Probably wasn't there. Probably was like, it's not really worth it. Whatever, go over it. But for the most, there's a very valiant effort by New Orleans. But Tennessee just find ways to win.
Yep,
they find ways to win, despite losing Derrick Henry, which I do believe it will catch up to them later as the season goes on. It'll catch up to them.
Yeah, AJ Brown got knocked out too in this game.
Yes, he did. And it's they fight, and they all the injuries they find ways to win, which is great. But I don't see this being sustainable. I still think that they will fall back to earth, back to the pack with the AFC, because people saying Tennessee is the team to beat in AFC, and I don't see it. Nope. No. There is no team to beat in the AFC right now. Everybody is still trying to figure out what they want.
Yeah, it's right now. It's fair game.
Yeah, bro. Anyone can take it. Anyone can take it. So Titans win a big one. That's fine. But the schedule gets harder as it goes along. So we'll see. We'll go from there. But yeah, it was going for them.
Yep. Panthers absolutely route the Kyler Murray, and I believe without DeAndre Hopkins too, completely route the Cardinals the way that we thought they were going to get routed or at least lose the week before, but 49ers didn't feel like doing it. So so now the Panthers did it. They beat the crap out of them. Cam Newton
is back. He became the first player in history to run for a rushing touchdown on his first rush of the game and throw for a touchdown pass on his first pass attempt in the game. First time anyone's ever done that.
So,
which I'm just putting it out there because people think, oh my God, Cam Newton's back. So I want to appease those people first before I completely ruin their feelings, because
shut it down.
Because this doesn't mean anything. Panthers are just, they're not a good team either. But the fact that they were able to capitalize on like, I'm not putting for the word for it. The injuries, the Cardinals had injuries. The Panthers were able to capitalize on Murray not being there and D-Hop not being there. We had to capitalize early. They had a big lead early and pretty much took them out of the game. It was over at the first quarter, unlike Arizona. Even though people say, oh, but Arizona didn't have Murray and they didn't have D-Hop. I don't see the appeal in this team. I do not see the appeal in this team. Nothing streaks. Nothing brings say, oh, Arizona is the AFC class, the NFC class. I don't see it. This is a team that just got hot at the right time and it's starting to fall back to earth now. I don't see it. This team is not going to do anything in the playoffs. They're going to be one and done. I'm going to stick by that. They're one and done. This team is soft. I don't like it. I don't see the appeal here. Prove me wrong. I don't see it. There's no dominant team in the NFL at all.
I don't have a take. That's on Trevor. I don't really.
Yeah, that's me. Yes.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not trying to run away. I just don't. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. I can't wait for this January.
Me too.
Talk about wild card playoffs. One thing,
and that's what it'll be.
It is. With that happening, the Packers are now the first seed in the NFC.
Speaking of the Green Bay Packers,
yeah, let's get over this because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I didn't watch a lick of this game. I didn't. We watched we watched maybe 5 minutes, and we saw it, and we're like, we already know how this is gonna go. We're gonna put on Minnesota and Chargers instead. Like that's literally what we did.
For what we've seen outside of the fact, it was ugly, an ugly win. Which to me, I have to say this: Green Bay, they did what they had to do. It's a win at the end of the day. You can't just devalue wins. Wins are wins. You'll take them, how ugly they are, how pretty they are. But Green Bay, you only managed to score 17 points on this horrific Seattle defense?
Look, we ain't watch. We don't know what happened. I don't want to talk about something we didn't watch. That's not what we do here.
I understand.
Next game.
But I just want to put it out there, but we'll see.
Yeah, next game. You know what I'm thinking? Maybe there's a reason. And I'm not going to find out. No, don't care. Eagles and Broncos, another game we didn't care about. Because Broncos absolutely got ran down their throat.
Yes. I did see this game.
Yeah, we had it. That was one of the games we had.
I did pay attention to this game a little bit because the Philadelphia Eagles just irritate me because it's like we don't know what direction this team wants to be in.
I don't know.
We don't know the identity of this team.
They might be figuring it out though, because this is the second time in like 3 weeks they rushed for like 200 yards as a team. When they did it against Detroit, now doing it against Denver.
I mean, Detroit is Detroit. Detroit is terrible, but Denver is somewhat a.
They ain't lose.
We'll get to that in a second. But
oh my goodness,
y'all had no answers for them. Y'all couldn't stop. They could have had me and Warren in the backfield, and y'all couldn't be able to stop us. I'm pretty certain how bad it was. It's like, golly, like Vic Fangio, you're a defensive genius, as they say. You couldn't stop that. Listen, Nick Sirianni wasn't really doing anything special on there.
The last 3 games, Philadelphia has rushed for over 600 yards in 3 games combined.
That's ridiculous.
So that has to be their identity, running the football. So I think they're finding it. I kind of don't know what took so long because Jalen Hurts runs the ball. So I don't know why it took him so long to figure out that maybe they should have some run packages. But hey, better late than never, I guess.
He's a rookie head coach.
I didn't
growing
know
pains.
that's an excuse to not have common
I'm
sense.
just listen. I'm not making excuses for the man. He's a grown ass man. He can make I don't know what's in this man's heart, but what I see is that it's growing pains. Trying to figure out how to get your feet wet in this league. It happens. You're a head coach now. You the boss. You make the decisions. Now, it doesn't help that he's part of a dysfunctional franchise like the Eagles.
Yeah.
But hey, better late than never. It's better. It's better now. Your first year figuring it out than being in year 3 and still not figuring it out yet. By that's how you'll be fired. But any other place you'll be fired. But it's Philadelphia, so who knows?
I don't get it. If they've done this before, they could be an extra win. An extra win will get them an 8th or 7th seed. I'm just saying they're 10th right now at 4-6. If they were 5-5, they might be right at the playoff seeding. You see, like I don't understand what took them so long to use this brain and to be like, I got good running backs. I have a good running quarterback. Why don't I just make a big run package for our offense? No, okay, whatever.
Vic Fangio. My question for Vic Fangio. Now, we know Dak last week was hurt. You can tell he was definitely not 100%.
That's what I keep saying because he looked damn good yesterday.
Yeah, he definitely was 100% last week. So yeah, you caught Dallas on a bad game, beat the hell out of him, put him on a bad day. You did.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't stand when people like fluke wins. I can't. Fluke wins are just so irritating because it's like they don't tell the whole story.
Nope.
They don't tell the whole story. We just see the box score or they lost or upset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they see. But Denver didn't do anything special. Nothing special at all. Cooper Rush shouldn't even be in the league if he was playing. You know what I'm saying? But Dak wasn't hurt. But that was hurt. So it's what it is. I still think Vic Fangio is going to get fired at the end of the year. I believe he may get fired at the end of the year. It's just not going the way they wanted to go right now because they're just losing games that they just find ways to lose games. It's like it's infuriating. I mean, what more do you want Teddy Bridgewater to do? And he's pretty iffy too.
It's very obvious if he's a backup quarterback. He's not. They continue to fail at getting that position for since Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Their 3-year, 4-year rental. They've never got a quarterback to develop since then. So that's why they're in the predicament they're in now. This team is good enough to be in the playoffs. It's just
I agree.
Even with the inefficiencies of head coaching, even so, if they had a good quarterback, they're still winning. Like they're still 9-10
games.
Yeah, win team like a good old John Elway, right? Whoo, yeah.
John Elway.
All right, we're almost there before we start hitting into some real games. Let's go with Vikings and Chargers. Kirk Cousins is good at football most of the time because he was masterful yesterday. He was great.
1 p.m. Kirk Cousins. Now maybe 1 p.m. Eastern Pacific time, but it's still 1 p.m. nevertheless.
It's 1 p.m. somewhere.
It's 1 p.m. somewhere. whenever he's in the stadium with 1 p.m., there's he's going to ball out. So yeah, he played great.
Yeah, Aaron Kendricks is a freaking dog, dude. I hope people know that. I hope they know why my laptop almost just fall over. Hey, you already seen that, right?
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah. There's a ghost. Yeah, Aaron Kendricks, middle linebacker of the Vikings, is a freaking dog, dude. Like that man right there. People need to defenders don't get talked about as much as offensive players do, and it comes with the territory or whatnot. But that interception, dude, that he just snagged off of Justin Herbert the way he did, he's so good. That Minnesota defense played good. The Chargers, I kept saying the Chargers ain't nothing. I think we said a week or two that they're going to start going on the downslide.
And they are.
And we're going to get to that AFC West downslide pretty soon. Yeah. But this was a fun game to watch, though. That's why we chose to watch this and pay attention to this more than the Seattle and Green Bay, if you want to call that football. So are we going to start making fun of people now? Is that where we at? I think so. I think we have 3 games left. Yep, we got 3 games left. Let's make fun of Pittsburgh. A tie. The first tie of the year. I'm surprised it took this long, to be 100% honest. But the first tie of this year.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first.
Mike is right here. By all means.
First of all, for Detroit, congratulations. You didn't lose this week. He didn't lose. So I know you guys aren't used to seeing wins.
Mm-hmm.
You're very seldom seeing wins. But a tie. Now this is a new one for me.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a new one for y'all. I don't know if y'all too happy. Like, is it did we win or did we lose? We don't know. It's kind of like in the middle. But let's just be honest here. This was terrible, terrible football.
Mm-hmm.
I know the weather conditions were bad, raining, windy. It was bad, but this was terrible, terrible football. So bad that no one deserved to win. Now,
and no one won.
No one did. So the kicker, the kicker literally cost you this game.
My guy Santoso.
Santoso cost you the win. I'm sorry if I sound not American when I said that name. Who cares? But it's cost you the game. I'm thinking that he got blocked. I'm thinking, he got blocked.
Yeah, we all thought the same thing.
We like, oh. We seen the replay. I said he missed. He sold the bag, and that's not even that's just really bad. Somebody I say, and he missed the field. I say yes, it's only a tie. I feel it'll be a tie.
I think that was when we were like, oh, it can happen. And we start to root for it because it's hilarious. We're like, it can happen. But then, the back of your mind, it is Detroit. You're like, maybe Pittsburgh might steal this game now because of that missed kick. But
the tight end, I can't remember his name. The tight end, Fumble.
Pat. Firemouth.
Yeah, Pat.
Rookie tight end.
Fumble the ball.
Talk about selling the back.
Yeah, fumbled the ball to let Detroit, recover it with 8 seconds left in the game.
Is it bad that when he did that, we jumped for joy?
Yeah, we did. We did. It was bad. And it was like, it wouldn't be the NFL without tie. Even though I hate the tie, but it depends on what the team it is. As long as the Patriots don't tie, I don't care. I'll be upset. But everybody else, you tie all y'all want. Anyway, the point is this. So after that, 8 seconds left. Yeah, Jared Goff,
It took him 5 quarters to get 100 yards.
Yes.
I don't know what the game plan was, but I guess Dan Campbell was like, you bastard, you better not throw this football game away. We're not letting you do nothing.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
I'm
glad you mentioned that. Dan Campbell doesn't trust Jared Goff. He doesn't.
I don't blame him.
And I don't blame him either. Which, I mean, he has a 2-year deal, right? Jared Goff, like 2-3 years.
Is it 2 years left? I'm not sure if it's 2 years. I'm not sure.
I think
contract.
I think he may be out of here. Dan Campbell wants his own guy. I'm pretty sure that Dan Campbell got brought in before. He was here before, and the management brought in Jared Goff. I don't think he wanted him there, but since he's the new guy, like your new head coach, like what authority you think you're gonna have over here? Which I guess he probably said, "Nah, this is not what I want." Now the problem with that is, if you're gonna draft a quarterback, you won't be getting in the first round because there's nothing out. Now I do believe, we'll talk about more about the draft later, but there's definitely a lot of offensive linemen, defensive linemen in this first round draft that can definitely boost up the trenches on either side of the ball. You can't go wrong either way. Pinocchio had a great game yesterday. He literally completely took TJ Watt out of the game. That's the way he took him out of the game.
Literally. He got hurt. Literally took him out of the game.
Yeah, Pinocchio had a great game. He did his thing.
Yeah, both sides of the trenches were great for Detroit. DeAndre Swift run for $130. They ran down the entire throat of the Pittsburgh defense that we didn't think was going to happen. They rushed for 229 yards overall. The Pittsburgh defense got ran on. That's something we haven't heard of, I think, in their franchise existence.
It's very seldom you hear a Pittsburgh Steelers front getting demolished like that. They were trying to do whatever they wanted to do up front, whatever they wanted to do, which is a plus for them. That's why I'm not going to completely shit on the Lions. The Lions are a bad team, but they held their own. They only managed to give up 16 points, which their defense is bad and should have given it worse. But when you have Mason Rudolph as your quarterback, you should be able to win.
It is so pathetic.
Mason Rudolph.
How you are not better than an old 40-year-old quarterback who cannot throw past 2 yards. That is insanity.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Is Dwayne Haskins just that trash?
He has to be. I was saying that. I said, why is Dwayne Haskins? You mean to me that Dwayne Haskins couldn't beat the Detroit Lions? That you have no faith in Dwayne Haskins, and that Mason, I said this for years. We've said this for many years on this podcast. Mason Rudolph does not belong in the NFL. He's not an NFL quarterback. He doesn't belong in the league. He's garbage. He's terrible.
Garbage.
He's terrible. He is not. He is. I don't see any progress in him getting better. I haven't. So the Rooney family and the GM. I don't know whose GM if the Steelers is.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Whoever the Rooney family was in charge. You're in charge. If I'm you guys, because this loss is terrible. This loss makes you guys even worse. That y'all don't even belong. It shows that the AFC North is so competitive. The fact that Baltimore had an embarrassing loss on Thursday Night Football to the Dolphins,
and they won the week. Because all 4 of them lost.
I mean, Cincinnati had a bye week, but Cincinnati had a bye week.
I don't care. They still lost to me.
Yeah.
I don't care because of what the hell happened the last 2 weeks before. I don't care.
True. Yeah, you're right. The Ravens won the week. The Ravens didn't lose any ground.
Nope.
At all. So garbage. It makes you guys look even worse because now it's like, okay, maybe Ben Roethlisberger cannot be that valuable to y'all. He can't throw past 10 yards. And I'm being nice. He can't. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous how bad he is now. And if he manages to come out next year, Steelers fans should be upset saying, yo, he's really holding the franchise hostage because Ben Roethlisberger should have retired 3 years ago. But most importantly, because of your pathetic performance, you, Pittsburgh Steelers, get the low award of the week, the loser award of the week. You are the biggest losers today. Yeah, you tied, but you're the biggest losers of the week, the biggest L. That's what you I mean, we have to make a video of like a little package for them.
I know we do guys to do that.
Yeah, do that. That's you guys today. You guys.
Yeah, for this week, Pittsburgh Steelers, congratulations. You are the Sports Dynasty Podcast the losers of the week.
And mind you, you didn't even lose the game.
Exactly.
But you lost in our hearts. Suck. Garbage. Next.
Yeah, and they're still in the playoff picture, by the way. I believe they're a 7th seed now. Wow. 2 more. So you want Sunday night or you want a beating? Both are beatings, but you know what I mean. Both teams winners score 40.
Let's go with media. Both have good teams. The media I not noticed.
Oh yeah, that's true. Both of them have heavy influence on the media today. That's true.
Let's start with the return of the New England Patriots.
Oh, so we're going against the Browns and the ass whipped the way they got the ass
Yes.
whipped. The Browns scored in their opening drive and they literally drove home.
And yeah,
that's
it. Gave up 45 extra points.
They gave up 2 90-plus yard drives.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
That's all you need to know. Like if there's anything to take from this game to show how bad this was, that's it. Because that is pathetic is not even the word to describe you getting destroyed.
No,
for 100 yards.
I have a better word to describe it. That performance was disgusting and possibly season altering.
Or dare I say season ending.
Yes, because the New England Patriots did whatever they wanted to do to y'all. Literally. Mac Jones was taking shots down the field.
He put in some nice touch passes.
Yes.
Henry, Kendrick Bourne wants to be slam dunking, posterizing.
That was incredible.
John Johnson, and I forget who 23 is. Oh my gosh, dude, that's catch. Well, that's not catch of the year, but this is the catch of the Patriots since when? When's the last time the Patriots had a receiver to do this?
Yeah, let's completely just destroy.
Yeah, mind you, Hunter Henry had a beautiful catch on the sideline too. One hand, one arm. This game was insane. Yeah. And Ramondre Stevenson.
Yes. I want to.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You mentioned Hunter Henry, incredible. Now the money we paid you for, he's starting to show that hey, if he remains healthy, this we can do.
Mm-hmm.
This we can do. So a signing that definitely
is starting to get a big check mark.
Yes, big check mark there. Kendrick Bourne, that posterization was incredible. I'm not going to lie, that was incredible, and he's been very reliable for the Patriots.
Yep, he's been coming in on his own. He has.
So which is good. in the offensive line, except for Isaiah Wynn. He's garbage. Needs to go.
Yeah,
has played very well.
Trent Brown returning
played very well. The offensive line is healthy. Ramondre Stevenson. Oh boy. Ramondre Stevenson and Brandon Bolden literally ran down the throats. And also speaking of offensive line.
And Kendrick Bourne too.
Yes.
So he ran for 340 yards.
Speaking of offensive line, which to me was the highlight of the game, because the way that they minimized and they Belichick, if you want to say Belichick, Myles Garrett only got pushed like once or twice, and other than that, he was pretty much.
I think he got one sack, I think.
Yes,
I'm gonna check right now. The box score I have in front of me. I think it was one sack. The strip. It was a strip sack.
No,
the one that Mazin messed up. I forget what strips in but I know he destroyed Mac Jones. Yep, just the one time. Yeah, that one hit. That's it.
Yeah. So yeah,
he literally got one tackle, one sack. That's it. That's all he did. He got Belichick.
He was literally nothing.
Because for some reason Isaiah Wynn wanted to chop block him.
Which why would you do that? I be seeing now like what are you doing? Like why are you so garbage?
I don't understand it. It got Mac Jones killed. Oh my God. He is easily the weak link. Mind you, he's actually decent 80% of the time. Just that 20% when he does that stupid assery is what can lose us games. So hopefully we're not trying to have craziness going on in January or whenever because of him. Hopefully that won't happen.
Yes.
But
the offensive line was incredible. And they're getting they're healthy, which is scary because now
for the first time all year
they're scared. It's scary because they're healthy. The offensive line's healthy, and the power running. Ramondre Stevenson, I love the guy.
100 yards, 2 touchdowns, 20 attempts, a perfect 5.0
getting
yards per carry.
Yeah,
perfect.
I loved it. They ran screen passes down their throat.
They did.
They
do that all the time apparently,
and they can't stop. And these teams can't stop it.
Only the Saints. I was like the only team that stopped that over and over again.
I'm gonna give credit, and I know we don't give credit to McDaniels.
McDaniels didn't know he was masterful. He's actually been great for the last couple of months.
He's been great, and I'll give him credit that I knew about. Oh, you always. I mean, no, I'm giving credit today.
I lied, not month. 3.5 weeks because that first half against the Chargers was absolutely pathetic. After that, he's been great. Let me fix that. There you go.
Yes, he understood that this Cleveland secondary is garbage. Greg Newsome had a very bad game.
That rookie got destroyed.
He got and I like Greg Newsome. I thought he's a good player, but he had a bad day. Oh no, he had no. They was picking. They're picking on him.
Mm-hmm.
They're picking on him. 2 penalties, 2 passing interference penalties, and just got Kendrick Bourne was just destroying him. That he did very well. I liked how they were taking shots down the field, which you should take shots down the field. I think it shows that we're not so one-dimensional. We're not so anemic offensively. Because if you stop the run, screen pass, I'm gonna be able to. All right, cool, we got you. It'll be a run or screen pass. Then you can't move the ball. So I like how he's able to do that. And also, a good note, our guy Jacoby Myers finally gets his first touchdown of his career. It's about damn time. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted, even though it was garbage time, it was 45-7 at that point. But who cares? And his touchdown was going from Brian Hoyer. Now, my brother is a Browns fan. And
we still don't know why.
I don't know why, because Baker Mayfield. He rage quit during this game. And another thing about running up the score, it's not really running up the score. If I take my backups, I'm sorry. If I take my backups out, my starters, I put the backups in, who the Lakers has to play, and you can't stop them, you're garbage. I'm sorry, you're trash. There's no point. Overall, the Patriots offense clicking all cylinders is a big win, a huge win we needed. The Patriots needed. I'm getting better at that though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you only said we twice.
So yes, yeah. Patriots had a big win that they needed it. They have a short week in Atlanta, which we'll talk about that next episode. But after Atlanta, they have Tennessee and Buffalo the next 2 games, and that will show if for real. But right now, the media says, "Oh no, the Patriots are back." Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say that we're taking one game at a time. One game at a time. But we are. The Patriots are clicking on cylinders now.
They're the hottest team in the
hottest team in the NFL right now, and the last thing you want is to see a New England Patriots team that's hot right now And during this post part of the season, it's scary.
Yeah, you do not want to see Bill Belichick right now, especially in January, if this team continues to keep the fire. Especially in a year like this where there's so much parity, there's no dominant team, there's no obvious best teams or nothing. A team like this
It's
is
dangerous.
bad.
It's very scary.
Yeah. We didn't have to say much defensively because they're great. They keep doing the same good stuff they've done all the time, and it helps when Baker Mayfield wants to throw an interception straight to Kyle Duggar the way he did. Don't know what he was looking at. I don't get it, but it helps.
It's very easy interception.
Here's the thing, though. Now there's something to criticize, not for the Patriots, for Cleveland still. The first drive, they absolutely ran down New England's throat. The holes were bigger than the Grand Canyon. Like I don't know.
Ernest Johnson was the first drive. He had like 60 yards in the first drive.
Exactly.
By himself.
Then the next drive, they stopped. Why?
I believe the problem with the Browns, and not only the Browns, but a lot of coaches, young coaches who are like that, a lot of coaches who are not patient. A lot of these coaches are they're very they like home run plays, if I'm lack of a better word. Or like, because think about it, in the first drive, they were big holes, at least 7 to 10, 11 yard rushes with Ernest Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
They were running down the throats. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, this is pretty bad. I think this is pretty bad for them.
I knew them, like, they'll fix it.
Yeah.
They kept going in soft formations. There was no stacking of the box when he was running through. So I'm like, Patriots will start squeezing in the line. But I will give credit, they don't deserve credit, but I'm also give credit into the formations that Cleveland had. They all put heavy sets. So you're literally seeing 8 to 9 people on the line of scrimmage. From the 5 hours linemen, like 2 tight ends on the sideline, it was like a whole wall of blocking, which is why they were able to run so easily, especially off a soft New England front. So, but again, they stopped. So that's why they don't get credit. I don't know why they stopped that. But thanks. But I don't know.
No, I'm saying I'm just fault. Most coaches, they feel that stop working, abandoning it. And it's like you can't be that impatient. Like, it's not like you fell behind too quickly. Like, it took a while.
It was tied.
It was tied. Like,
and you stopped.
Like, I don't understand that. Once the interception happened, I'm like, it made it 14-7. I said, okay, they're in trouble. Because I knew when the Browns, they fall behind, they abandon the run, which I think is so dumb. But they abandoned the run and said, all right, we're going to have Baker put the ball in Baker's hand.
And that's what everyone wanted.
That's what we want you to do. That's what they want you to do. Because Baker Mayfield needs to have a balanced offense run, or else he's not going to succeed. And again, it's a bad loss for Cleveland. Next week, when they play against Baltimore, before they go on their bye,
it's for your season.
It's literally for this season. If they lose against Baltimore next week, their season is finished. There's no way they can be able to recover. Because their schedule only gets harder. Your
division's too competitive.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. You're all around the same things. They're last now. They're 5-5. Everybody else has 4 losses or less. It's like you drop one to Baltimore and go 5-6. You are not recovering because you're gonna have to win out, basically, and you're not going to win out with that quarterback play. Not only is him not being that good overall, but him being injured on top of that, you're not gonna come back. It's over. You're going to lose 3 more games after that.
Yes, and he got hurt. His ankle. He hurt.
Oh yeah, he got knocked out of the game.
His ankle. In Case Keenum, God bless him, man. He's a serviceable backup, but you're down by 28 points at the time. What else do you want him to do? What else do you want him to do? It's not much. You already abandoned the run. It's over. Come back from behind. It's over. This team off on y'all.
So yeah, this has been a very disappointing Cleveland Browns season.
Yes,
if not they are one of the most disappointing stories of the entire NFL.
Which, again, the word fluke. Now people are saying that, what I can't even argue that it wasn't.
Yep, that's what they're gonna start saying now.
Last season was a fluke.
2020 was a fake.
Well, we just tell you how it is.
You tell it like it is.
You get mad if you want to.
Speaking of telling it like it is, that Sunday night game. Now the other side of the media, guess who's back? Hold your horses is what comes to mind. Now we literally just finished rewatching this game before we started the show, so it's a little fresh in our minds. So this actually was a nice competitive game in the first half. Then the Raiders are down 3 with 12 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
And that's
there's your day of reckoning.
where it
That's
goes
when the
haywire.
ridiculousness gets crazy. It completely lose out. They allow, 24 unanswered points after that. The Kansas City offense goes down the field right after that. Why? Because of 3 huge defensive penalties. Brought them right down the field to go ahead. And I believe did they score a touchdown? Yes, it was 24. Yeah. Then the next drive, the Deshaun Jackson fumble happens.
I don't know what he was thinking. At first, when I seen it, I'm thinking he's probably thought that one of his teammates was next to him, so he could pitch it to them to get more yards. But he's done this before. He's done this before. He was in the Rams.
I just don't.
Just fall down, you idiot.
But he could have just ran straight. The defender wasn't that close to him. He could have just kept running. He stopped, like turn around, and then the ball got punched out. Why did you stop? Run. What the hell are you thinking? And you wonder why I got no PT in Los Angeles.
And also, that was his first catch as a Raider, and they never targeted him after that, which I don't blame him, because I'm like, that was dumb, and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that is true. It's 1 for 1, 38 yards, and a fumble. Okay, when after that happens, then Kansas City goes ahead, does their thing. The next drive for the Raiders, I believe Derek Carr just heaved an interception. I believe that's what happens after that. We're seeing this a lot in quarterback play. I don't know if we had a segment, I don't think we did, about how porous the quarterback play has kind of become.
Fundamentals.
Yeah, there were none of that in that play. I don't understand what Derek Carr was doing that he decided to just about to get hit, just heave the ball up for grabs and gave Kansas City a present.
You know what it is? It's the hero ball. The hero ball that a lot of these players, they want to be.
Carson Wentz.
You know what it is? I don't know if y'all watch ESPN Sports Center anymore, because I don't.
I don't.
It's garbage. But back in the day, like we were younger, they might still have it now. I don't know. I don't watch it. The Sports Center top 10 plays of the week, of the day or the night or the week, whatever they do.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody wants to be on that top 10 list. You know, it's trash. But the point is, they want to be on that list. Say, yo, who can make the most ridiculous plays out of nothing? Turn into something.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that a lot in the league. But then again, you completely disregard the fundamentals of football. Derek Carr didn't need to make that heave. It was still second down. You still had another down to convert. The second and short. That was pretty dumb.
It was.
But wait, it gets worse.
It does get worse, because he actually does that again later in the game. 3rd and 7, he just decides to heave the ball up. And we're looking at each other like, why did you do that twice? What the hell is wrong with you? You could have went for it on 4th down. There's another time. Then I think the drive before that, they're down 20. It's 34-14. They are at 3rd down, and then they get stopped for 4th down inside their own territory in the 4th quarter, and they punt the ball away.
That told me everything needs to know. No heart. They gave up. They gave up. To me, and some people say that, we don't want to risk injury. I don't care. I mean, yes, we don't want to get hurt. Of course.
Don't say that. True.
We're
not trying to get canceled.
No, I think you know. I think you know what I'm trying to say. We don't want to get hurt. Nothing. When you're down 20 points, at least show some effort that, hey, we're gonna try to get back in this game. Not just mail it up. That's no heart.
Mind you need this game
in a very tough AFC West race. You need this game against an opponent who many have said, this team is this Kansas City team is not that good. It's not that good at all. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes threw for 5 touchdowns. He literally threw it wherever he wanted, but there were a lot of bad throws. The throw that the pass that he threw,
the last touchdown.
Of course, his chest to the Darrell Williams, the running back. First of all, Jonathan Abrams. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Got mossed by a running back.
I don't want to say. I mean, I don't want to say he's garbage, because he's an NFL player and he made it to the league. I'm just a guy talking about it. But what the hell was that? What was that? Did you even try?
No.
You didn't even try to make a play.
No. He got mossed by running back.
Darrell Williams is at least like 6 or 7 inches shorter than you are. Nothing.
And Kamom just heaved it up. That was a turnover-worthy play. That should have been intercepted.
Yes.
Any half-decent DB would have intercepted that ball.
Patrick Mahomes, the score line says he threw 405 touchdowns. Yeah, fantasy loves him and everything like that. But a lot of some of the throws he was throwing, I'm like, yo, what is he doing?
I don't know.
I don't. But of course, the media would be like, he's back. Oh my God,
No.
this is a damn.
He did not play well.
He didn't play
I don't
well.
care.
Didn't play well.
What the stats say. He did not play well yesterday. He was very inaccurate. I'm gonna give you one drive. It was a drive he threw to number 83 on 4th down in the end zone for a touchdown. He missed that specific player 3 times in the red zone. All inaccurate throws. All of them. He threw to the dirt. He threw behind him. And he threw it where he couldn't get the ball. And then on 4th down later in that drive, when they were at the 1, he finally gave them a touchdown strike. Why did it take you 4 tries to throw to the same person to get a completion? Like, what is wrong with this dude? He should have thrown, I think, 4 interceptions.
Yes.
But 2 of them were dropped. No, all of them were dropped. But it's kind of crazy how lucky his turnover luck is.
There was a play.
Mind you, he likes to leave.
He had Tyreek Hill wide open.
Oh my God!
Couldn't have been any more wide open. He was wide open by
on the right sideline by at least 15 yards.
At least like 15, 20 yards, and missed him by at least 10 yards.
In a clean pocket, by the way.
Yes, by 10 yards. I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure whatsoever.
None.
So, if you haven't heard already, which they're saying that Kansas City's back. Yeah, Nick Wright talking about, oh, they're back. Oh my God, we're doing it. They're gonna win the division. This team is still not good.
No, Mahomes specifically is back because the defense played well.
Yes,
the defense played well. Kansas City's defense played good. I actually enjoyed watching them up until Raiders decided to give up the game in the second half. But in the first half, they played great. They were really good. See, Mahomes, you want a little bit more numbers to prove how Mahomes is just garbage this year because he's not only this year, he's bad this year. See, right now he has a 58 QBR. He has a 96 passer rating. I hate passer rating, but 96 is not that good. It's not bad, but it's not good either. And the PFF grade, he has I think it's a 73 grade, which is despicably bad. Especially for someone who's have the elite stature. I want to say it's like a 73. I'm going to tell you right now, real quick. I have it here. 73.7, which is bad. It makes no sense. A rookie in Mac Jones has a way higher QBR, way higher grade in 87. The Mac Jones has been freaking balling the last freaking month. That's why. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy how bad he is this year. It's insane.
Yeah.
Just to see it is like, damn, dude, what the fluff happened to you? It's one thing to throw a lot of turnovers or whatever, because that's something that he's always prone to do. He's just been really lucky and dropped interceptions. But for you to be this inaccurate and to have no fundamentals, I think the first or second throw of the game was the best quarterbacking I've ever seen him do all year, where he stepped back, the pressure was coming around him, he stepped up in the pocket, sidestepped to the left, and checked down right to whoever number 1 was for, I don't know if it was a 3rd down or whatever, but that play right there, that's fundamentals that he doesn't do anymore. I don't know why, but that's the type of stuff that I don't see him do anymore. Or barely. Actually, no, bullcrap. He barely did that, but he doesn't do it. I'm like, he did it there. I'm like, why don't you do that more often? That's called playing efficient quarterbacking. Why aren't you doing that? But it's stuff like that he doesn't do. And then doing stuff like that keeps your footwork perfect. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to throw the ball accurately. But he doesn't do that. He's bad. So now, to debunk the Kansas City is back notion, no. If he continues to play like that, no. Definitely not.
They'll win this division, no problem.
Yeah, I'm convinced they got the division locked to me. It's done.
I'm still gonna say it, 1 and done. They're gonna be 1 and done. They're gonna get destroyed by whoever they play in the first round. No, 1 and done. Sorry.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're not good. But I know who is good. Us. Because
we are good.
We're good, but we're done here, unfortunately. That is done.
Yeah, you got 50 minutes of content.
Yes, you
You
did.
good. You could hold off for a few days before we get our week 11 prediction.
Yes. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Take your phones out if you haven't already, and point to the right-hand side corner, not his head, his right-hand corner right there. And you scan the QR code, and you'll be directed correctly to our Apple affiliate, Apple affiliate, and you can download all of our content there. And if you don't have Apple, you can just go and digest us to any
Stop.
yes, that was pretty bad.
Stop.
Yeah, that was bad. That was
What
bad.
in God's name
I need
was
to
that?
listen. I'm so used to saying the old introduction, whatever. But
No, it's very simple.
go ahead.
Like,
I gotta learn this next time. Yeah,
you can find us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you find your podcast. That's it.
Yes.
We are affiliates of Apple. That's what he meant to say. We are affiliates of Apple. So we prefer for our downloads and our support to come from there. But we are still in Spotify and YouTube and other places where you can find our content. So you can go there. But we just prefer for you to get on Apple. So you can find us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you prefer your podcast. That's it.
Right. Listen.
He tried to be too cute. He trying to be like Mahomes. He tried to be too cute, trying to do dumb shit and then messed up the whole outro. But I saved it. Let's go.
At least you'll be able to save it. Unlike, what was going on with Kansas City and going on with Oakland? Yeah, they're Oakland from now on. I don't care nobody said it. We're from Vegas. Stop calling us stuff Oakland. No, you're still the Raiders. Oakland, trash. Sorry, you live in Oakland, but y'all are trash. Hey, at least you got the no. You don't have the Warriors either. You got the Athletics for now. For now.
For now.
Please, peace, love, and applesauce.